Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama.
We have these two Prabhujis in our class. The one is Shravananand Prabhu and the other is Vamshidhar Prabhu. They remember the shlokas very nicely, Mataji.
Which shlokas?
Means they're very good at remembering shlokas. I wish they share some tricks. I mean, tricks in the sense, some, what you say, some tips how to...
You're also good, Mataji. You're also very good. I find everyone...
No, Mataji, I jumble up. Both of them are very good in recalling also.
No, overall, I find this class is good. I mean, nobody... definitely, it is Bhakti Shastri class, so people have to be good and... good and all. But otherwise, all are, quite...
Not recitation, Mataji. Not recitation. Recalling shlokas.
Recalling, yeah.
Recalling, both of them. Vamshidhar Prabhu and this Shravanand Prabhu.
Oh, that is a real art. Yes, that is real art.
They could share some tips.
Keep reading what they will say, keep reading.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, as Mataji said.
I think they're at home also, they will be talking like that only, talking some shlokas and
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Vamshidhar Prabhuji.
Yes, you said right, Mataji. I do discuss with a lot with my mother and my relative, with my friends. Yare dekho tare kao Krishna. And those who are coming to my home, I'm professional astrologer. I make them to chant at least 15 and 16 rounds of Hare Krishna.
So beware going to his house.
Hari,
50 and 60 rounds. They said, Prabhuji, we can't. We are very old people. We can't follow your flow. So today it's enough. We will come tomorrow, Prabhuji. They say.
And
at least I try to make them chant Mataji. Honestly, at least 50 or 60 rounds. I mean, yes, namas. Yes, rounds 50 and 50 or 60. Say, Prabhuji, we are very old and we don't know, and you chanting very quick. I said, okay, it's no problem. I gave that Japa card. I got many Japa cards from here, ISKCON's Hyderabad, and many. They give it, the small Japa cards. Yes. I gave it to them, Mataji.
Okay. That's a good this promotion of, you can easily bring them into Krishna consciousness. Yes.
But there are people are not are not like that. No?
Aiga, still some more time.
Yes.
Anyway, Prabhupada, he has not felt, oh, what, nobody is following. Then he gave up. He didn't do that even at his age, so ripened age. So how can we live? We will try our best. Whose benefit? They will benefit. We are not going to be the loser. Who will be benefiting? They will benefit. Simple. And of course, we are also benefiting, which is told in 18th chapter. Anyway, who's taking up for reading? Who doesn't read often should raise hand and they should start. Today's, this is Navya Mataji. Hey, Pranati, did we do or no?
No,
we didn't do. Okay, we'll start with Pranati. Aaj thoda 8:15, 8:20 tak lenge. Because, okay, Pranati, I will just, it is already shared in the group, but then I will show here also. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, where is it? So many screens and Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, 1 minute. I have some software error is coming. Yes, Mataji, please take. You're able to see, no?
Yes, Mataji. Can I start, Mataji?
Yes, please start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Ajnanan Chalashalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana तन्वितं तं सजीवं सावधैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादं सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो नमो ब्राह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो महावदान्य नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरे त्विषे नमः गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तत् भक्ताय नमो नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे पंचतत्व पंचतत्व कृष्णं भक्तरूप
Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. I don't know, only this shloka all are finding difficult to, you have not heard it, I think. No, this I have taken. You know, my kids and all, they say this. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam.
पंचतात्वकं कृष्णं
Bhaktarupasvarupakam.
भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं
Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam.
भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं
Namami Bhaktashaktikam.
नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Very good. So I need to add one more. Tab tak one chapter got over. So every chapter it ends. So I need to add one shloka more in Pranati. That is what I had decided. I forgot because today was dilemma. You know, I was not very sure ki what I'm going to take, either that PPT or this. So and we were discussing about the exam also. That's why we got delayed. Okay. Now Mataji, you only take. Where are you? Navya Mataji, where are you?
okay
The title is what? The most confidential knowledge.
yes
Hare Krishna. Very important chapter. Very, 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 very important. There are many shlokas for memorization from this chapter. I've jotted on that also. Yeah. Continue.
the most confidential knowledge text 1 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Bhagavanuvacha idam tu te guhyam tamam. Please, Mataji, can you please?
Yeah. Okay. I'll say you can repeat.
Yeah, okay, Mataji.
Shri idam te guhyatamam.
Idam te.
Sorry. Idam tu te guhyatamam.
Idam tu te guhyatamam.
Pravakshyam anusuyave.
Pravakshyam anasuyave.
Jnanam vijnana sahitam.
Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam.
Yajnatva mokshase ashubhat.
Yajnatvate
Mokshate
Subhat.
Ashubhat.
Subhat.
Shubha and Ashubha is different. Okay. In
Subhat.
Ishopanishad, you get all that words, you know, with opposite meaning. So wherever that S ka thing, oh, you're seeing English though, wherever you get that apostrophe on the top, then add A. Ashubhat.
Ashubhat. Okay.
Yes. So you will get the meaning. See, Shubha is what you know what is Shubha. So,
Yes, good.
So this will be Ashubhat, the opposite of that. Yeah, synonyms.
Okay, Mataji. Sri Bhagavanuvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Idam, this too, but te, onto you, Guhyam Tamam, the most confidential, Pravakshyami, I am speaking, Anasuyave, to the non-envious, Jnanam, knowledge, Vijnanam, realized knowledge, Sahitam, with yet, which Gnatva, knowing, Mokshasye, you will be released, Ashubhat, from this miserable material existence.
Translation.
Translation. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of miserable of material existence."
The reason of the material existence. This is what Dukkhalayam Ashasvatam. That is what we learned in the last. So this entire, the what planets, all it is all dark. It is all in darkness, in the darkness mode. Darkness is not exactly darkness. Through, of course, it is dark only because only through sunlight, when the sun rises, you get brightness. Otherwise, it's even otherwise it is dark only. But even jnanam wise also, it is all dukkha, full of dukkha, and what it is temporary world. So you will come out once I'm going to teach you such a confidential knowledge. When you realize this knowledge, and what will happen is you will be relieved from this material existence, which is full of miseries. That's what he says here. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. As a devotee hears more and more about the Supreme Lord, he becomes enlightened. This hearing process is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam. These messages of Supreme Personality of Godhead are full of potencies, and these potencies can be realized if topics regarding the Supreme Godhead and are discussed amongst devotees. This cannot be achieved by the association of mental speculation or academic scholars, for it is realized knowledge.
What is this? What is given here, Mataji? If you can tell.
Yeah, if we associate with the material people like great scholars and all, we don't get information about the Supreme Lord and knowledge about the Supreme Lord.
Yes, only through devotees you get
Yes.
knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. Then the devotees are
The devotees are constantly engaged in the Supreme Lord service. The Lord understanding the mentally and mentality and sincerity of
sincerity.
particular sincerity of particular living entity who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and gives him 1 minute, Mataji. My
If you're
sorry.
busy, we'll tell somebody else to take. You can take.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
noise is coming.
No, if you're busy at home, you can take up
No,
the next.
Mataji.
Oh,
My siblings are talking.
okay.
That's it.
Take up.
Consciousness and give him the intelligence to understand the science of Krishna in the association of devotees. Discussion of Krishna is very potent, and if a fortunate person have such association and tries to assimilate the knowledge, then he will surely make advancement towards spiritual realization. Lord Krishna, in order to encourage Arjuna to higher and higher elevation in his potent service, described in the 9th chapter, matters more confidential than any he has already disclosed.
Yes. So discussion of Krishna is what? Only if you are fortunate enough, then only you get the association of devotees, and then with the association, what do you get with the association of devotees? You can gather more knowledge. Then gather more knowledge, you can assimilate it, and then surely make advancement in spiritual realization. So what is that satsanga is what? It is nothing like, attending class. Basically, what is class? Class is meant to, it is all full of devotees only. So be with them, go with them, be in the flow, and then you will definitely you will realize the spiritual. I mean, you will advance. You will advance, and then towards spiritual realization. Yeah. So the 9th chapter is going to talk about that only. Yeah, you can take one more, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Long purport is there in this chapter.
Yeah. The very beginning of Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter is more or less an introduction to the rest of the book. And it in the second and third chapter, the spiritual knowledge described is called confidential. Topics discussed in the 7th and 8th chapter are especially related to devotional service, and because they bring enlightenment in Krishna consciousness, they are called more confidential. But the matters which are described in the 9th chapter deal with unalloyed pure devotion. Therefore, this is called most confidential. One who is situated in the most confidential knowledge of Krishna is naturally transcendental. He therefore has no
Material pangs.
material pangs, although he is material world.
He is in the material world.
He is in the material world. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is said that although one who has sincere desire to render loving service to the Supreme Lord is situated in conditional state of material existence, he is to be considered liberated. Similarly, we shall find the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter that anyone who is engaged in the way, it is a liberated person.
Hare Krishna. So there's nothing. So in 9th chapter, the pure devotion is how to do pure devotion is been explained. Okay. And what in 7th chapter, what is given? Topics discussed in 7th and 8th chapters are specifically related to devotional service. But then how to do it is given in 9th chapter. Because they bring enlightenment. Okay. Preface is already given there. And in 10th chapter, what? Anyone who is engaged in that way is a liberated person. What similarly we shall find in Bhagavad Gita in 10th chapter. Yeah. Okay. How many are there? Oh, 2, 3 are there. Will be able to read, Mataji? Here. Now this verse.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah. Now this verse has specific significance. The words idam, jnanam, this knowledge, refer to pure devotional service, which consists of nine different activities: hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping, praying, obeying, maintaining friendship, and surrendering everything. By the practice of these 9 elements of devotional service, one is elevated to spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness, which one's heart is thus cleared of material contaminations. One can understand these signs of Krishna. Simply to understand that that a living entity is not material is not sufficient. That may be beginning of spiritual realization, but one should recognize the difference between activities of the body and the spiritual activities of one who understands that he is not a body.
Yeah, in the 2nd chapter, what did we learn? The body, we are different from body. What are we? We are the soul. Only knowing that is not sufficient. That's what Krishna says. You should know, after knowing this word, you have to understand what? That may be only the beginning for spiritual realization, but one should recognize the difference between the activities of the body. Only when you have a body, you can do activities to keep our Lord happy, right? With your ears and eyes and nose and everything, your hands and legs, and all these activities you do through the parts of your body, just to keep the Lord happy. So that activities, that you learn. So you can but one should recognize the difference between the activities of the body and the spiritual activities of one who understand that he is not the body. That also we should remember that after all we are not the body, but with the body, like a car and a driver. So who is the driver? It is the soul. We are only a car. So once the driver goes out of the car, what happens? The car is just stable, doesn't move. But only when the speciality of this particular driver, the soul driver, is what? He is a very posh driver, He doesn't use the used car. He will say, no, I need a new car. That means what? New body I want. It will enter into a new body. It will not go to the old body. So the old body is dead body. Hare Krishna. Okay, yeah, please take only 2 more paragraphs. In the 7th chapter.
In the 7th chapter, we have already discussed the opulence potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His different energies, the inferior and superior natures, and all these material manifestations. Now, the chapter 9, the glories of the Lord, will be delineate.
Sanskrit word?
The Sanskrit word was anasuyave. In this word is also very significant. Generally, the commentators, even if they have high scholarly, are all envious of Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Even the most erudite scholars write on Bhagavad Gita very inaccurately because they have envious of Krishna. Their commentaries are useless. The commentaries given by devotees of Lord are bona fide. No one can explain Bhagavad Gita or give perfect knowledge of Krishna. If he is envious, or one who criticizes the character of Krishna without knowing him is a fool. So such commentaries should be very careful avoided. For one who understands that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, the pure and transcendental personality, this chapter will be very beneficial.
So what we have to have the faith that the normal people, normally only people who are in a different philosophy they follow, they think he is also one of the gods. The other gods are also there. He is also one of the gods. No. We do not believe that. Krishna is the supreme. After that, only the Karnogadakshai Vishnu, Garbhodagashai Vishnu, Kshirodaga. So we learn like that the root, as Krishna. So only people who can understand, there's no doubt about that. Yes, I'm totally convinced that Krishna is supreme. Then this chapters, it will be beneficial. Otherwise, it will be like a storybook. Just keep reading like that. So they will not understand. Yeah. Biju Prabhuji can take. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 2. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam.
Oh, very nice. Synonyms.
Raja Vidya, the king of education. Raja Guhyam, the king of confidential knowledge. Pavitram, the purest. Idam, this. Uttamam, transcendental. Pratyaksha, by direct experience. Avagamam, understood.
Avagamam.
Avagamam, understood. Dharmyam, the principle of religion. Susukham, very happy. Kartum, to execute. Avyayam, everlasting. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Purport. The chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the king of education because it is the essential of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. Among the principal philosophers in India are Gautama, Kannada, Kapila, Yajnavalkya,
Yajnavalkya, Shandilya,
Sandilya, Vaishvanara, and finally there is Vyasadeva, the author of Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy and transcendental knowledge. Now the Lord says that this 9th chapter is the king of all such knowledge, the essence of knowledge, and that can be derived from the study of Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential because confidential or transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service.
Yeah. So all that great philosophers' names are all given, but there is also by Vyasadeva. What he has done, he's author of Vedanta Sutra. So there are plenty of knowledge there in the philosophy. Many people have given a lot of their own philosophies and all. But then the Lord says in the 9th chapter, what he is explaining is the secret of the knowledge. Is the most this essence of all knowledge. Compared to all this, this is the most important knowledge, and that can be derived only from the study of Vedas. What Vedas? Read Bhagavad Gita. That is you cannot read all Vedas, no. So Bhagavad Gita is a concise form of all Vedas, and different kinds of philosophy you will understand from Bhagavad Gita. It's more confidential. Yeah. Read Prabhuji, next one.
Generally, people are not educated in this confidential knowledge. They are educated in external knowledge. As far as ordinary education is concerned, people are involved with so many departments: politics, sociology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, engineering, etc. There are many departments of knowledge all over the world and many huge universities, but there is unfortunately no university or educational institute where the science of the spirit soul is instructed. Yet the soul is the most important part of the body. Without the presence of soul, the body has no value. Still, people are placing greater stress on the bodily necessities of life, not caring for the vital soul.
So this is very easy for you all to understand because you're all learning all this. Just learned few years back. For me, many years back. Politics, sociology, I did that, that exam, I scored so much marks. What is the use? When you're even practically, if you see, you will be placed in such a job, well-paying job. But what is it connected to your studies? No, hardly. The mathematics, calculus, all mind blob. There's thing you were putting so much of efforts in what calculus and what that is only this, no sine. What is the sine theta gamma or not gamma sine? What sine?
Alpha beta.
Cos, sine cos theta.
Sin theta, cos theta, tan
Oh
theta.
God, it was so hard during those, but you have to study because you have to get marks. Is it going to be of any helpful to you? Even at home, if you're cooking, that sine theta and all is coming, nothing. It's all just in bookish knowledge. These things are all what? Though they are considered,
Engineering.
once engineering, astronomy, all useful
Engineering,
only.
aeronautical engineering.
No,
Yeah.
Ah,
So
We use in that.
yes.
after botany, zoology, and chemistry, I'm doing shipping.
So these are also knowledge only. But what? There is no university which is giving this knowledge, which is about
What soul?
spirit soul.
Spirit
There's
soul.
no, yeah. So that you get free education in ISKCON. So yeah, the soul is the most important part of the body. Yes. Now the Bhagavad Gita
Bhagavad
especially.
Gita, especially from the second chapter on, stresses the importance of the soul. In the very beginning, the Lord says that body is perishable and the soul is not perishable. Antavanta ime deha nitya
Yokta.
nityashkota shariranaha. This is a confidential part of knowledge. Simply knowing that the spirit soul is different from the body and that its nature is immutable, indestructible, and eternal. But that gives no positive information about the soul. Sometimes people are under the impression that soul is different from the body, and that when the body is finished or one is liberated from the body, the soul remains in a void and becomes impersonal. But actually, that is not the fact. How can the soul, which is so active within the body, be inactive after being liberated from the body? It is always active. If it is eternal, then it is eternally active, and its activities in the spiritual kingdom are the most confidential part of the spiritual knowledge. These activities of spirit soul are therefore indicated here as constituting the king of all knowledge, the most confidential part of all knowledge.
So what is not very, of course, for basic step, for the first step, what is that first, UKG, LKG and all what they teach, capital letter A for apple and all they will teach. That is important at that level. But are you going to sit in that only? Oh, A is for only A for apple. No, not aeroplane. My teacher has not taught A for aeroplane. No, we don't do that. We proceed further. Then we understand so many other things. So knowing that body, is different from soul is not, that is a basic step. But after that, what? For liberation, you need to know. Some people believe that soul, after when the soul leaves the body, it becomes impersonal, void. It just goes off. No, it doesn't go like that because it's so active in our body itself. It needs to go into another body to be active. So how can a soul, which is active in our body, be inactive when it is liberated from the body? No, it is not possible. So that's what Prabhupada says. This is all Prabhupada has written. Okay. So these activities of the spiritual are therefore indicated as the king of all. That is what we are going to learn. So what we have to do when the soul leaves the body, where it has to go. So what we are supposed to do so that it reaches the right place, not taking another form. It goes into another baby, or a dog or cat form. No, we need to know how to elevate ourselves when we are in this one particular body. So how to elevate ourselves with all our body parts, how to increase our bhakti and go to Goloka Vrindavan. That is the most confidential part of the knowledge. Yeah. Prabhuji.
So this knowledge is the purest form of all activities as explained in Vedic culture, literature. In the Padma Purana, man's sinful activities have been analyzed and are shown to be the results of sin after sin. Those who are engaged in fruitive activities are entangled in different stages and forms of sinful reactions. For instance, when the seed of a particular tree is sown, the tree does not appear immediately to grow. It takes some time. It is first a small sprouting plant, then it assumes the form of a tree, then it flowers and bears fruit. And when it is complete, the flowers and fruits are enjoyed by persons who have sown the seed of the tree. Similarly, a man performs a sinful act, and like a seed, it takes time to fructify. There are different stages. The sinful action may have already stopped within the individual, but the results of the fruit of that sinful action are still to be enjoyed. These are sins which are still in the form of a seed, and there are others which are already fructified and are giving us fruits, which we are enjoying as distress and pain. Yes, Mataji. Again, it takes time from the seed to the fruit. So whatever our sins we accumulate, maybe the reaction is at a later stage.
Yes. Yes. So there are different stages, the sinful. This is in detail we can study, okay? How whatever action you're doing, Are we going to get the benefit of it immediately? No, I'm doing puja, but immediately I'll get lottery, immediately I'll pass the exam. No, that doesn't happen. Oh, this punya karma will get gathered. That can fructify maybe after 10 janmas later. We do not know when. So it's a different study altogether. I think here it is not explained. When it comes, I'll tell you.
Mataji, there's no nullifying happening, right? So
No,
suppose you've
it will
done
never get nullified. Your good action, you have to bear the good results. For a bad action, you need to. There's no maaf at all. By chanting Hare Krishna Namajapa, then I will be escaped from killing a person. I'll just kill somebody. I'll be
So
escaped.
in ignorance, when you do something wrong, and today when we are better understanding of things, we realize, oh, we did something which was wrong.
That is maaf. That is maaf. In ignorance, anything you do is maaf. But how many people know? See, even a thief, he knows he is doing something abominable action. Anybody does. See, a thief, for example, he'll put all mask and he will come at night. Now, abhi to broad daylight only people kill each other. That is different. Even otherwise, people know, they are being watched. So they use all that mask and everything. No one is watching. Then you do all that loot and all that. I'm telling in general thing. But now to Kali Yug mein, it has become so open day, murder and open day, this, what? Chori and all is happening. But then what I'm saying is, even they know it is not right. But still they do murder, they do this, thief. The thief is roaming around and teasing the girls. There are so many things, abominable action. You can say even gambling. Gambling is considered as wrong. But then somebody told me, then market and all. That 18 days course only, that Prabhuji was actually senior citizen. So market survives only because of our investors, no? So how can we not gamble? Then I couldn't answer him actually, It is in general, in the spiritual path, it is considered as wrong. You're not supposed to gamble. So for there are people who can drill the teacher and ask some questions where we are unable to answer them. Then I say in spiritual path, it is considered as not a good action. Yeah, the sinful action may have been already stopped within the individual, but the result, he must have become very nice and but whatever he has done, that will never get nullified. He has to face that. But then it is God's mercy is also there. It is not necessary. Without knowledge, with ignorance, he must have done like Jagai Madai and all that. By ignorance, they were born in a Brahmin family and all. Due to ignorance, they were doing, and immediately they were relieved also of that. So that is only God's mercy has to be there. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
As explained in the 28th verse of the 7th chapter, a person who has completely ended the reactions of his sinful activities and who is fully engaged in pious activities, being freed from the duality of material world, becomes engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. In other words, those who are actually engaged in devotional service of Supreme Lord are already freed from all reactions. This statement is confirmed in Padma Purana. Apararabdha phalam apararabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukam krame naiva praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmadam. For those who are engaged in the devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, all sinful reactions, whether fruitful in the stalk or in the form of a seed, gradually vanish. Therefore, the purifying potency of devotional service is very strong, and it is called Pavitram Uttamam, the purest. Uttama means transcendental. Tamas means this material world of darkness, and Uttama means that which is transcendental to material activities. Devotional activities are never to be considered material, although sometimes it appears that devotees are engaged just like ordinary men. One who can see and is familiar with devotional service will know that they are not material activities. They are all spiritual and devotional, uncontaminated by the material modes of nature.
So here only, I said, that for those who are engaged in devotional service, all sinful reaction, whether fructified in the stock, only in devotional service, if you enter, why devotional service so special? Because God's mercy is there. So he can do that if he is, but actually in general, it is not there. But he will make it in, because you can read in many scriptures in Bhagavatam and all, those who have done this papa karma and all, they are facing the, the results of that karma, whatever they have done. But then if the Lord feels like, if his mercy is there, then you can escape. But is it, can we wait for that? No, we have to. But how it goes is like, whether fructified in the stalk or in the form of seed, gradually vanish when you do this bhakti. Therefore, the purifying, where I saw this, I think here. That what in seed form where it is given. Uttama means
it was there before.
somewhere I saw
Top.
read. In the top here.
Yes,
Who was
Mataji.
completely engaged, fully engaged in pious life, be freed from the duality of material and being engaged in devotional service. Freed from all this. So engaged in devotional service of the Supreme Lord are already freed from all reaction. The statement is confirmed. Okay. For those who are engaged in devotional service of the Supreme Personality reaction, whether fructified in the stock, this only I was saying. So all our actions are getting accumulated. It is all in stock. I mean, it is all in stock. And when you take another birth, out of lot of, it is there in stock. What gunny bags bharke hai. So one gunny bag will be opened now. Said you take a form. Now you go. You enjoy whatever. So a person who is suffering in this life, it is like he is emptying his papa karma, whatever that papa karma, that stock, he is emptying that. Not necessary. He may be doing good, pious activities in this life. Still, he may be suffering. It is because of his past karma, where he must have been a very bad person or something. So he is clearing out all his papa karma. He's emptying that. Once he clears all that, then a new life will be in the same life only. He will start enjoying good things. Such a thing happened. Not necessary. He has to die like that. Then only, not necessary. People who have suffered in the young age, you can see them, prospering in their youth, or people who have been very bad in young age. They, doing good and becoming poor. All the thing in the same janma you can find. So the stock is what kutam. That word somewhere I saw read kutam, or in the form of a seed. It is there. And what we are undergoing now, it is all our what do you call? Prarabdha karma. So all these words should come here. I don't know. Somewhere I read. This is now what we are into now, learning all these scriptures and all. It is because of our prarabdha karma. That means whatever is fructified, that we are using now, and we are taken a form and we are using that. So it is all thanks to our whatever, not only ours, our elders, whoever has blessed us, that will also act upon us. So therefore, purifying potency of a devotional service is very strong. So one should always be into devotional service, because with God's mercy, he can excuse some of our mistakes, not all. Whatever he feels, it is his discretion. It is called Pavitram Uttamam, the purest. Okay, Uttama, this all be read, no? Okay. It is, yeah.
It is said that the execution of devotional service is so perfect that one can perceive the results directly. This direct result is actually perceived, and we have practical experience that anyone who's chanting the holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, in course of chanting without offenses, feels some transcendental pleasure and very quickly becomes purified of all material contamination. This is actually seen. Furthermore, if one engages not only in hearing but in trying to broadcast the message of devotional activities as well, or if he engages himself in helping the missionary activities of Krishna consciousness, he gradually feels spiritual progress. This advancement in spiritual life does not depend on any kind of previous education or qualification. The method itself is so pure that by simply engaging in it, one becomes pure.
Simple. That is the last sentence is given. Is a nutshell of the entire paragraph. So the what is the best method is to be in the devotional service and chant. Chanting is given so much importance, because it becomes make us pure by simply engaging in it becomes pure. So we become pure only by chanting itself, and of course offenseless chanting. Okay, then in what? In the Vedanta Sutra.
In the Vedanta Sutra 3.2.26, this is also described in the following words: Prakashas cha karmani abhyasat Devotional service is so potent that simply by engaging in the activities of devotional service, one becomes enlightened without a doubt. A practical example of this can be seen in the previous life of Narada, who in that life happened to be the son of a maidservant. He had no education, nor he was born in a high family. But when his mother was engaged in serving great devotees, Narada also became engaged. And sometimes, in the absence of his mother, he would serve the great devotees himself. Narada personally says, Uchishta Lepan Anumodito Vijaha Skritasma Bunje Tad Apasta Ilbisha Evam Pravesha Vishuddha Chetasa Tad Dharma Ivatma Ruchi Prajayate. In this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.25, Narada describes his previous life to his disciple Vyasadeva. He says that while engaged as a boy servant for those purified devotees during the 4 months of their stay, he was intimately associated with them. Sometimes those sages left remnants of food on their dishes, and the boy who would wash their dishes wanted to taste the remnants. So he asked the great devotees for their permission, and when they gave it, Narada ate those remnants with and consequently became freed from all the sinful reactions. As he went on eating, he gradually became a pure-hearted as the sages. The great devotees relished the taste of unceasing devotional service to the Lord by hearing and chanting, and Narada gradually developed the same taste. Narada further says, Tatran aham Krishna katha pragayatam anugrahene Srevam Manoharam Araha Tah Shraddaya Me Nupadam Vrishnavataha Priyasvasi Anga Mama Bhavat Ruchi. By associating with the sages, Narada got the taste of hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, and he developed a great desire for the devotional service. Therefore, as described in Vedanta Sutra, Prakasha as karmani abhyasad. If one engaged simply in the acts of devotional service, everything is revealed to him automatically and he can understand. This is called pratyaksha, directly perceived. The word dharmyam means the path of religion. Narada was actually
Prabhuji, how long it is? Oh, it will take a lot of time. I think we need to stop here, Prabhuji, because many people have already left. They will be missing. What do you think? It's very detailed he has given, hai na? Or shall we complete what everybody feels? I think we need to stop. Because others are missing. Yeah, even you may be busy also, no?
Yes, everyone will listen.
Yeah. So we will take up this tomorrow. Tomorrow, no discussion. We already discussed enough today. So we are clear with our, open book and closed book, what all that details and all. And submission of that also, we took a lot of time, and then we